Alright class, let's get going with World War II, which is our topic. Our essential question: how did World War II change Europe and democracy forever? Alright, some failures from World War I. The Treaty of Versailles blamed Germany, and the League of Nations was not powerful enough. So those two combinations kind of set the stage for the up-and-coming Hitler to then move forward towards war in World War II. The Washington Naval Conference, Lourenco Pact, Kellogg-Briand Pact did not stop Hitler from building up Germany. So there were all these things that were put into place, but none of them worked. Alright, now Japan during this time. Japan invades Manchuria in 1931, which is northern part of China. They wanted to increase their imperialistic boundaries. The League of Nations condemned it, but did not stop or place any sanctions on Japan. Japan looks to expand its imperial area. Japan was a very small island, and they needed a lot of resources. So where best to go other than mainland China, and then they would further continue to search for oil in the Philippines and other places around Southeast Asia. The stressor front: Hitler withdraws from the Versailles Treaty in 1935. Italy, France, Britain, they all protest, but 1 year later, Italy joins Germany, and they join together. So, you know, whatever kind of protest Italy had at that time weren't very significant. Now, Italy invades Ethiopia in Africa. Italy invades and takes Ethiopia, kills 500,000 Ethiopians. Only 5,000 Italians are killed. So this is a technological disadvantage for the Ethiopians, and you can see clearly the Italians had the advantage, the weaponry, the technology, and they just slaughtered the Ethiopians. The League of Nations does little. They don't have much strength. The League of Nations. Britain did little to stop Italy and appeased Mussolini, which set the stage for Hitler. So once Hitler realized that Mussolini was able to test the League of Nations, it was, open game for Hitler. Hitler, encouraged by lack of action, and sees opportunities in the future. Now, taking place at this time was also the Spanish Civil War. He had Francisco Franco, a fascist, sought to overthrow the Republican government in Spain. And he had the backing of the Italians and Germans. Mussolini and Hitler support Franco in use of military as a training for future war. So the Italians and the Germans see this as an opportunity to kind of flex their muscles. Let's see how good we really are. Italy sends over 100,000 troops, and Germany sends the Luftwaffe, or the Air Force, to bomb. So they were bombing the current government in Spain. Picasso's painting Guernica, which is a masterpiece, depicts the bombing of the Luftwaffe in a small town in Spain. Franco wins the war and leads by dictatorship or in a fascist state. The League of Nations, once again, is very ineffective. They do little or nothing. In response to a combined military action in Spain, Hitler and Mussolini agree to the Rome-Berlin Axis. And this combined axis is what gives them the power they think they need to continue to dominate Europe. Germany's actions towards war: Germany reoccupied the Rhineland in 1936, which was a straight violation of the Treaty of Versailles, but they didn't care. Pacifism: France and Britain did not want to challenge Germany for fear of another war. At that time, there was a lot of sentiment in these countries about the huge amount of loss of men, millions and millions of soldiers and civilians lost during World War I. So they're like, you know what, let's just stay out of this. Anschluss was Germany, is when Germany annexed Austria and made it a combined country. Now, while this was going on in Europe, Japan invades mainland China, 1937, which is very famous for the rape of Nanking, in which the Japanese went into what is present-day, I believe, Beijing, but Nanking, and they were told, the soldiers were told, to try to kill everybody, and who they didn't kill, they should rape all the women. And we're talking about hundreds of thousands of rapes and murders taking place in China. It was an atrocious action by the Japanese. Meanwhile, Hitler demands that Sudetenland, part of Czechoslovakia, be returned to Germany. So they go to a conference, the Munich Conference, 1938. Germany, Britain, Italy, France, no Czechoslovakia. So Czechoslovakia is going to have to give up land, and they have no say in what's going to take place at this Munich Conference. Appeasement for European peace. March, he then goes and invades the entire country in 1939. So there was this appeasement. The leaders from Britain actually go home and they have like a big celebration. Hitler's going to be stopped. He's not going to go into Czechoslovakia. He's just going to take the Sudetenland back. And they cheer for him in Britain. Little did they know that Hitler was, just planning in the back pocket, and he goes into attack and takes all of Czechoslovakia in 39, March of 39. 1 week later, Hitler demands the port city of Danzig in the Polish corridor. The Polish corridor splits Germany, and Hitler believes that it's his for the taking. The Germans signed and the Soviets signed the German-Soviet Non-Aggression Pact, signed in August of 39. So you can see month by month by month in 39, things are just stacking up for war. So with this German-Soviet Non-Aggression Pact, now Hitler knows that if he attacks lands to his east, he's not going to be threatened by the Soviets. Germany invades Poland on September 1st, 1939, starting World War II. Germany and the USSR would then split Poland, and on September 3rd, 1939, Britain and France declare war on Germany, and World War II is started. So make sure you take good notes. History's no mystery. See you next time.